Namaskaram. Welcome to Shall We Dance. Today we will be talking about Dwani.
Hi everyone, this is Shantha here and welcome to 3M with Shantha. So today we are going to talk about a very interesting and a very lengthy topic called Dwani, which is covered in our app Shall We Dance. So let's welcome Ram and understand a little more about it.
Hey Shantha, good to meet you.
Hey, welcome Ram.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good.
Another day, another episode.
Exactly. So Ram, I know we spoke in length about Dwani in our earlier podcast series. So now I would like to understand how have you covered Dwani in the app. So let's begin first. It's a very lengthy topic, right? So I've divided into multiple series of
Sure.
podcasts. So today let's talk about introduction to Dwani
Okay.
and like more how you covered in the app.
So, if you look at Dwani,
Mhm.
Dwani loosely termed can be sound,
Mm.
but then if you look at the nuances of that, it eventually connects back to Bharatanatyam
Mm.
because music and dance go together. So, what we have done is we have identified a few of the conceptual topics also to give clarity on how sound goes on to become music. So the physics of sound, there's a concept. So if you look at voice, right, from where you throw sound,
Mm.
we have identified that sound for music is borrowed from nature.
Mm.
But then the physics of it is, if you look at breakdown sound, it's the amplitude, the octaves.
Mm.
So we have concentrated on explaining a bit about the diction, tonality, volume, diction, meter, ragam, laya, thala, that one. That's the blend for covering all the 16 parts of whatever the Dwani chapter is. But we have concentrated and focused on how the language evolution has been,
Yeah.
how you basically use your tongue and the tip of the tongue and how the particular part of it. And languages itself evolved based on that.
Okay, so basically you're saying you've covered about physics
Yes.
behind what
So,
and yeah.
good.
Yeah, so is it in detail? How did you cover it in the video form?
So we actually used one of the Bharatanatyam students. I mean, we go back to the basics, trying to get them to talk through their parts of what their understanding is, dictated by what we've used in the concept of it, and then used some narrative to describe it. So they have practiced some part of it and worked with
That's
us on
excellent.
that.
Yeah, and also you spoke about Swara from nature, right?
Correct.
So Dwani is also from nature,
Yes.
which percolates to Bharatanatyam and
Through music and
through
dance.
music and
Yes.
dance, right? Yeah.
So what we're looking at is Swara. So the influence of Natya Shastra in the dance drama format itself is the birds and the animals which they were around, and those sounds have been crystallized, then they've been codified, then they have been basically given a particular method of using it. So the sounds, the Saregama or the Doremi, has been influenced by voices from nature. The voices from nature is what we have included that as a part of how it's being done.
Excellent.
So you'll have somebody demoing that during
Oh,
the
is
course
it?
of the videos, yes.
Oh, wow. And who's done that? Is it a suspense for us to
Yeah,
watch
so
the?
she's a acclaimed Bharatanatyam dancer, but in her previous life she's also been a vocalist.
Wow,
So-
that's right. That's excellent. So, what is that we could cover in our next series?
So we
About
should be
Swara,
able to go
Dwani.
into the Swara, and then I think you've written down the topics,
Yeah.
right? So what we'll do is we'll use this particular method, and again, you want videos, so
Yeah.
we'll use a couple of those videos which talks about the origin of sound, the creation of sound. I think in the next of the episodes we'll also talk about how the Vedic texts talk about it, how the oral traditions included, and then the magical word Om,
Oh,
so that we should be able to talk in the next particular topic.
excellent, brilliant. Thank you so much for the introduction about Dwani. We'll talk more about it
It's
in
like
our
setting the stage.
setting.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you so much, Ram.
Namaskaram. Welcome to Shall We Dance. Today we will be talking about Dwani. What is sound really? At its core, sound is vibration waves traveling through air, water, or even stone. sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. In Indian classical music, these vibrations are more than physics. They are emotion in motion. So let's begin with science. Pitch or frequency gives us notes like sa and pa. Amplitude gives volume, the weight behind the phrase. Timbre defines whether it's a flute or a human voice. Duration lets a note linger or vanish. And resonance, that beautiful echo, adds depth and presence. But when these scientific components meet aesthetic intelligence, we enter the world of raga. A raga is not just a scale, it's a living identity. It breathes through swara and shruti, whispers through gamakas, moves with laya, and speaks with bhava and rasa. When the dancer hears a raga, she doesn't count the beats, she feels them. Her body becomes the shape of sound. So Dwani has different characteristics. For example, tonality, meter, diction, volume. So when these come together in a pattern, it forms a raga. So the ragas have high notes and low notes, such as melkartas and kirkartas. So the ragas have high notes and low notes, like melkartas and kirkartas. So these are structured through arohana and avarohana. Sa re ga pa da sa. That's the arohana. Sa da pa ga re sa. That's the avarohana.